What is going on, guys? My name is 4G. Today I wanted to make a quick video just going over my first impressions of Fortnite Chapter 4. Now, this has been 2 days later. I originally made a video about this. I didn't actually, edit it and upload it and all that, but I originally made a video day one, but I wanted to give it a couple days just to see how I feel, and so far, spoiler alert, I'm feeling pretty positive about it. And honestly, so far, all the weapons and stuff like that all feel pretty good. So that's, I guess we'll just jump right into the loot pool section of this. The loot pool so far has been pretty good. Yes, there's some things that are quite overpowered at times, such as the hammer. The hammer is pretty powerful, but I don't really want it to be nerfed because I think it is quite fun, and maybe in competitive or something, or just remove it from competitive or something like that. But in pubs, it is a lot of fun, and honestly, it reminds me of the Infinity Blade, but 10 times more enjoyable. And I don't know, I just like it. And I like also how there is somewhat, it's not fully balanced, but the fact that if you do miss with the hammer and you're just standing there looking like an idiot for a minute, I like that, because then if someone misses, it's high risk, high reward. That's what I like to see. So yeah, things like that are pretty awesome. I love that the bows are back. The scar is back. It feels kind of weird this season. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the fact that we haven't had weapons that have high amounts of bloom for the entirety of Chapter 3, maybe, because with the scar, it does have high bloom. It feels like it's even higher than it ever was, but that's probably, like I said, just because we're used to weapons that don't have very much bloom, like, I don't know, like the Ranger AR, for example. That, I didn't use that too much, but it didn't have that much recoil, or not recoil, bloom like the scar does, that's for sure. But yeah, things are pretty good with the loot pool. I'm enjoying it. And the thunder shotgun, whatever it's called, is that what it's just called? Thunder pump, thunder shotgun? I don't know. It feels good though, and I like it for once. For once, they add a new shotgun that I don't feel like, wow, this is what replaced the pump. Like, come on. I still wish that they added the pump back as it was, but at least this one really does feel like the pump in a way. It does. It's a fun weapon to use, and the only other shotgun that was like new, technically, but not really, it's old, but they reworked it, that I really liked was the heavy shotgun with slug rounds or whatever. I thought that was pretty cool. Surprised they put it in the game for like 2-3 weeks and then it was gone after that. Really weird. Hopefully they bring that back sometime this chapter. But yeah, loot pool overall pretty good. I would definitely say it's pretty great so far. Now, moving on to the battle pass. The battle pass is another plus for me, and that is because there is absolutely no Disney collab in sight. There's no Star Wars, there's no Marvel, and I know if you like those franchises, which I like them, I'm just sick of seeing them in the battle pass every single season, especially as the tier 100. There's none of those to be seen. There are collabs, which I have no issue with. I actually like the fact that there are just a couple collabs from things we've never seen before. We have Doom Guy, which is pretty cool to see, and then we have, I've never played The Witcher, but I've seen this dude many times because The Witcher is a very popular franchise, so I've seen it many times. But yeah, that's really cool. I don't know his name, that's why I said I'm not saying what his name is. I have no idea. But anyways, it's a pretty great battle pass by the looks of it, and I'm very much looking forward to grinding it out. Not the best one we've ever seen, but if we look over at tier 100 though, I will say that is a really, really nice looking tier 100, and I love the fact that it gives me vibes to the original battle pass way back in Chapter 1 Season 2 with the Black Knight. I was originally thinking that this looks like a character that would fight alongside the Black Knight, and then there we go. There's a loading screen of that exact scenario, and I just think that's so awesome. So the Battle Pass, also pretty great to see, and yeah, it's just, everything feels relevant. The fact that they're two game collab from other franchises of gaming and stuff like that, it fits way more, in my opinion, than comic book stuff and movies and all that. I'm not saying not to do that in the future, but I like that we are at least finally getting a break from Marvel stuff from this battle pass, because there was not a single Chapter 3 battle pass that did not have a Marvel skin. Actually, I think the last time until now that we didn't have a Marvel skin in the battle, or a Disney skin, whichever one, because we had Darth Vader at one point, the only one that didn't have some sort of Disney owned character was Chapter 2 Season 7 with Rick and Morty, which still was a tier 100 collab skin, which come on, I like how it is now. That's all I'm saying. We're not going to go into the negatives of it. Pretty good. The map. The big thing here is the map. There is not much for me to say I guess. It's a pretty great map. I like how it actually feels like it has elevation similar to the Chapter 1 map. That is pretty awesome. It just makes the map feel a lot more different. Whereas the Chapter 2 and 3 maps, the Chapter 3 map kind of just felt like a slightly better version of the Chapter 2 map because it was the Chapter 2 map but with biomes, pretty much. That's how it felt. Speaking of biomes, I like how we actually have a true, real snow/ice biome. I really love that. I think that that's a great touch. It is like Chapter 1, which is great to see, but even better at times because there's no polar peak, which is the one thing that I really didn't like back in Chapter 1 because it was like, it was way too high of elevation. Like, it was just, if you got stuck in zone, someone was up there, you didn't have enough builds to get up this entire giant peak, you were screwed, and it was just not a fun experience when that happened. But, you know, not to mention the Infinity Blade that started at that POI, so...
This ending is on a cliff, literally. I die!
Yeah, we're not going to get into that, though, but I'd say the map so far is pretty great. Of course, things can change with these opinions. There's a very limited amount of POIs currently on the map, which is a little weird to see, and it makes matches feel kind of chaotic when you first drop, but I think the way that they're going to do it is it's going to be similar to previous seasons. Like the beginning of Chapter 3, we got tilted mid-season. They might do something like that where we get a POI or two throughout the season. I would imagine that. I think it's because they're doing this whole fragment thing, so maybe a fragment will drop in or something. I have no idea how it's going to work, but I'm sure they'll add something new sooner or later. All right, the last thing I do want to talk about is the graphics. The graphics is a massive improvement over the last chapter for sure. I mean, it's something that you still do need, either a next generation console or a really good PC. Well, I won't say really good because I just have like a mid-tier PC, 2070 Super, and I can run this at like 80 frames. I mean, it's a little bit stuttery, don't get it wrong, and it's not maxed out. You gotta have some sacrifices when it comes to the certain settings and stuff like that, but I have the lumen settings set to high, and it looks fantastic. It really does. Kind of wish I could play this with 120 frames or something like that. Well, for me, I can't. I don't have a GPU for it. Is what I mean. Maybe if you have like a 4090 or something like that, but you know, I don't have $1,600 for a 4090, unfortunately. I see a lot of people comparing that to Chapter 1. I don't think that's a very fair comparison because Chapter 1, of course, didn't have these brand new ray tracing settings, and most people, when they say that they like the graphics of Chapter 1, they're mostly talking about the art style. They're not talking about the actual graphic fidelity, or they might get it confused. I don't know. I don't want to get into that, but I will say that I see a lot of people on Twitter arguing about that, and I think it's kind of ridiculous because you're arguing about the wrong thing, and you know, from what I can see. But anyways, Chapter 4 has been pretty great so far. I am very much looking forward to this chapter. I'm wondering if it's going to be a chapter that is just 1 year long, just like Chapter 3 was. I feel like it is. I feel like they're going to be doing that every single year. They're just going to have one brand new chapter, a brand new event, pretty much, that ends the last chapter. And I'm fine with that. I think that's pretty good. Just hope that during these chapters we get a good amount of content so that it's not like they're just saving all the good content for that brand new chapter at the end. But anyways, that's gonna wrap up today's video. Let me know what you guys think about the brand new season in the comment section down below, and if you guys enjoyed this video, it'd like to be greatly appreciated. If you're new here and you like Fortnite videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And lastly, if you guys would like to support me, make sure to use code YouTubeBits14 in the Fortnite item shop. I do get a small portion of that sale if you do use my code. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.